RC Chaser. We are RC
This is RC Chaser. We got a new toy here today. This is the new A-29 Tucano. Big scale. We use a King Tech 60 for power. And this is my custom-made 2023 Top Gun airplane. We have the smaller Tucano, which uses a 45 size turbine engine. This one is the big one. Uses a 60 size turbine engine. I have one already. I got to fly the prototype. It was the second Tucano built, and we made some changes to it. We adjusted this, we adjusted that. This was changed a little bit, and all those modifications were made, so we have a better product. And this is it right here. I haven't opened the box yet. I just got it the other day. So we're gonna open this box, see what's inside, talk about the pieces, and see what I got for Top Gun 2023.
Good. Looking forward to it.
Let's do it. This box here, you can see, here's the factory name, Juniaer. They're in Brazil, in a state called Minas Gerais. And this box here, oh, you see how well packed it is. I already purchased 4 or 5 Tucanos, and not once I had any problems. Not once, not even a scratch on anything. Nothing broken, nothing scratched, nothing at all. And they do a terrific job packing the airplane. Here we go. Let's see what's in the box. All right. Let's start opening this baby up. It seems like we got some wing tubes and the fuselage and a couple of things on top. We got some internal structures. I think this is one of the shelves for the fuel tank. And let's take this small bag here first. Let's see what's in here. I think this is the horizontal stabilizer. Yeah, it is. See how well packed everything is? It's double packed in air bubble stuff. So this is the horizontal stabilizer. Oh, one more thing. I had this custom painted for me because the judges at Top Gun are very good and very picky. So I worked with the person who painted this airplane. His name is Juniaer. And he would ask me about the location of the lines, the location of the rivets, the location of the decals, if it was okay with me to proceed with the paint scheme. And I would look at the real airplane and compare it to the model. And I would ask him to, hey, move this a little bit higher, move this a little bit to the left, move this a little bit to the right. So we were able to work together, because in the last 4 competitions at Top Gun, in the last 4 years, every year I bring a Tucano from Juniaer, I win a trophy. That's how good they are. Believe me, it's not me, it's the airplane. Here we go, first part. This was all painted by hand, one at a time. And you can see the details. We got the big screws, we got the rivets, the lines. It's very well detailed. Look how beautiful this is. There's the little compartment for the servo, and they have that live hinge. It's cut on one side and allows the elevator to go up and down. And look at the quality of the finishing. If you can see the glue and how straight the line is, that's very important. Look at the precision. It's an amazing. They do an amazing work. It's perfect, inside and outside. So that's part one, the left horizontal stabilizer and the right stabilizer. And like I said, these lines, every piece of paint work made in this airplane was double checked and triple checked with the real airplane to make sure the judges are not going to find any fault with the airplane. If you guys go to juniaer.com.br and you look at the airplanes, you're going to see some pictures of the Top Gun competitions from the past where I got the trophies with Juniaer airplanes. And then you can see what planes won what trophy. I had different paint schemes. This is my first time with a green and gray camouflage. This is the Brazilian Air Force paint scheme that they use in the Amazon jungle. And they fight the drug dealers and protect the borders of the Amazon with this type of aircraft. The difference between the T-27 Tucano and the A-29 Tucano, the T-27 is a smaller Tucano and T for training aircraft. So the Brazilian Air Force Academy used the T-27 for training. The A-29 is a bigger version, bigger engine, big turbine, big everything. It's used for an attack, A-29, attack aircraft. So they have guns and bombs and extra fuel tanks. And that's why I chose to go with this one this year. So I can do more things with it. I can make, with my 3D printer, some machine guns, some bombs, some fuel tanks, and all kinds of extra things. Because the more you do a Top Gun, the more points you get. So this one, as you can see, is the same quality, same everything. It's perfect. And I guarantee you, if you go online, because we're going to see the aircraft number. This aircraft does exist. And if you go online and you compare this line with the real airplane, it's going to be exactly the same. It's not going to be a millimeter this way or this way. It's going to be exactly the same. That's how good they are. Okay, what's next? I think next is the fuselage, a piece of the fuselage here. Because of the size of this airplane, the fuselage is divided in two halves. And you can tell from the size of the vertical stab how big of an airplane this is. Also, like I said before, no damage at all. In the last 5 years, I've been buying these airplanes. Never had any problems, not a scratch on them. All right, here we go. There's the fuselage. And if you go online and you look for this number, you will see the real aircraft. And if you look at the number, let's say the number 2, which is going to be right under an antenna here. And if you look on the real picture, the number 2 is going to be exactly under the antenna. The 0 is going to be exactly between the 2 and the 9. The distance between the 2 and the 7 is going to be exactly what you see here. That's how picky Top Gun is. The Brazilian Air Force symbol here will be about this far from the green line. The static ports are going to be pretty much equidistant from this decal and the tip of the star. So what you see is exactly like the real airplane. Look at this. They're so detailed. Even the radar has the name Collins on it. Look at that. Who would put a decal under the airplane? Nobody's going to see it, but that's how Juniaer is. It doesn't matter if they're going to see it or not. If it's here, there it is. It's supposed to be here. Boy, I can't wait. Oh, yes, here. Because of the length of the fuselage and transportation, the fuselage was cut in two halves, and they have some pegs and bolts that go all the way around. So you have the option of leaving it like this. So for if you have a small car, for transportation purposes, you don't have to glue the two halves together. But I got a big van, so what I did, I put the bolts, some glue, and mine is permanently glued together, so I don't have to take things apart. And if you can look inside, look at the quality of the work. It's perfect. Everything they do is, well, like you see here, even the inside is painted. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. That's why I've been with them for so long. I'm actually one of the factory pilots, and I test fly the airplanes, and I tell them which modifications to do, to make, and they always listen to the advice of the customers. Not only me, anybody who has a Tucano and has a different idea or a suggestion, you just send an email to the factory. They will look at your suggestion, and if it's good, they will adapt the aircraft to your suggestion. Oh, look at this. I got all kinds of goodies in here. This is the cowling. I think it's the lower part of the cowling. And on the inside, they put a bunch of extra items like the, I think that's the elevator. No, that's the rudder. Here's the elevator, or vice versa. Decals for the panel, but I have a custom-made full-size panel. I'm not going to need these, but if you just want a simple panel, there's the decal for it. And you see each item is individually double packed. Sometimes, you know, it's a pain to remove all these bubbles, but it gives you satisfaction because you're buying a product of quality, and so it feels like Christmas morning here with all these toys. And this is the top of the cowling right here. They have an oil door here, so you can check the turbine oil with the decals, and some screens for air intake, for refrigeration of the turbine. Look at the quality of this job. So before we install this in the airplane, we paint the inside with some thermal paint from BVM, and then I like to put a piece of thermal cloth on the inside to give one extra layer of thermal protection. And this is the bottom part of the cowling. The landing gear will retract to this side here, this part here. There you go. how beautiful this thing is. And here's another reason I decided to go with this camouflage paint scheme. It's a very simple paint scheme. And so it'll be easy for the judges to judge this. But it's beautiful at the same time. Beautiful. Now, what we got here? Just basic things. Oh yeah, this is the nose gear door. The nose gear door will be attached to the low side of the cowling here, the bottom side. Gear door, and this is the light. Yes, I also purchased a set of lights for it. This is the light system. It comes pre-wired with all the LEDs, all the lights already soldered in place.